clear you're fine with me spoiling pretty fucking heavily?
Yes, because otherwise, like, how are we even going to do this without spoilers?
Yeah, I know. Okay, just, I mean, it's the end of the fucking game, so, yeah. Let's go. Oh, I actually cut out a bit, so that previous stuff I was showing you with the Shinra building didn't really go anywhere up until now. And here's me thinking that I might need 35 fucking mega potions.
Post commentary is something very different to streaming.
Yeah, well, that's what I used to do back in the day.
Yeah.
Although I've never done quote-unquote co-commentary, although this is more just us shooting shit. It's not really a proper commentary. There's stuff I want to say. Like, there is stuff I definitely want to say. Yeah. 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 So this is actually Sephiroth. Because I think something changed. Like, you know how in the regular game, actual Sephiroth is just like chilling in the fucking live stream area, like up in the Northern Crater?
Yeah.
Like for the entire game, and its clones running around? Well, this one shows that the dude you're interacting with earlier is a clone in the cutscene previous to this. And I think this is actual Sephiroth having never landed in the fucking live stream. Yeah, I know, the background.
Yeah. No, not the background.
Oh?
Sentence.
Oh god! Oh. And I think he's a time traveler. I'm pretty sure...
In fact, he definitely is. If it wasn't like Iris, I wouldn't...
No, I don't think Aeris is a time traveler. I think now she's, okay. We'll get there. There are 2 points of departure from the original story in this. And I think the first one is that when Cloud throws Sephiroth off the reactor back in Nibelheim...
What? Everything fuck is happening? Okay.
Okay, so... Avalanche is attacking Shinra HQ, and they shouldn't be. Like, the competent part of Avalanche is attacking them. So the Whispers are there to stop that, I think. But they're also here to stop him, because he really shouldn't be doing what he's doing. The biggest... There are many failures in this fucking remake. I should try not to swear. Whatever. The biggest failure in this remake...
You are recording this, okay?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was born.
I did tell you.
Zach.
Yeah! Believe me, when I saw this, I was like, what the actual fuck is going on?
We drag our asses all this way. And this is the welcome we get.
This is a price of freedom playing in the background, except not.
Yeah.
Wait.
Boy, oh boy.
It does end up making sense. The biggest failure is that they talk about destiny in this game a lot. Capital D Destiny, as a character will say.
Yes,
it's
I would
not
say this.
Destiny, and if they'd made it clear from the beginning that it wasn't Destiny, I would have been a lot less, like, baffled and angry at this point.
Haven't you read the whisper description that say that they come from the future they wish to defend? The past.
Yes. Yeah, they come from the future. Yeah, they're there. It's essentially FF8. It's Ultimecia.
Yeah.
Except done in a very Kingdom Hearts style, because it's modern square.
You told me that you're not supposed to swear, but like I can't not swear.
Whatever. Don't even worry. I've already sworn. The video's been demonetized. And in fact, I don't get money off YouTube anyway, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all.
Are you going to post that like the day it fucking releases?
Yes. Yes, right? If you're watching this the day it releases, you got by the YouTube algorithm and whatever thumbnail and name I came up with, which is clickbait. Congratulations. You're in for a wild ride.
No, just go the fuck away. My voice is not worth listening.
Don't listen.
I haven't even played this fucking game.
If you do go away, head to my Twitch channel. It'll be in the description.
Oh, speaking
below.
of, is my copy getting like delivered early?
Doesn't have much time.
Yeah, it's next Friday.
Yeah,
Next
so
Tuesday, I think.
I'm almost certain that this Aerith isn't a time traveler. She's
This Ares? There's another one?
No. I like the Aerith
Okay.
in the remake. I don't think she's a time traveler. I think she just knows a lot because of her communications with the planet, and also because something happened to make her interact with the Whispers early. She's learned about them and learn about what's going on,
I'm not really sure.
which we'll find out later in this cutscene. There's Nightmare. I'm not going to apologize for the poor battle gameplay.
Freedom.
Oh yeah. Did you catch earlier? I think.
Boundless.
Oh, was it earlier? No, it's later. God, there's a line, and it's like, oh god, Square, what are you doing?
Sky.
I want to say Square, what are you doing right now? Because I'm fucking confused.
Yeah. No. Okay. Look, this isn't because you've not played the game. This is the first time we're getting these explanations.
Yeah.
The game is basically exactly the same as the original, except for a few times where the Whispers
So
jump in.
nobody is going to be able to. Maybe actually they will not do it because it's been a while. So I want you to have the first talking point about it. But Rebuild of Evangelion, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Dropped a million hints that it was not going to be the same, even when the first part they did exactly the same.
Yes,
Shinji State wasn't the next track, etc., etc., etc. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm not going to redo them all now, but like, were there any hints that this is some sort of next iteration of the timeline?
Tell you that he only cares about the fact that he did everything
In the way that Aerith
and preserve
acts, and in certain things there were, but I don't know what I might have missed a bunch of them because I spent 90% of the game angry. I'm actually a lot less angry now. I'm a little sad at how it all played out. I was getting real angry right now where we are because it really seems like it's just going to end this fucking game. Like, this is it. They're just going to go forward and kill Sephiroth and they're going to be like, ha ha ha, no Remake 2. Because we
Yeah,
can't...
but you just spoiled that they aren't going to do it, and I was like, hanging to that.
Maybe I'm lying.
I mean, how many times do you actually kill Sephiroth in the FF7 stories, but don't actually kill him? 4
yeah.
times? Total?
Well, but you technically none because you kill.
It's never him.
It's never him. Whereas this is legitimately him. Although I'm not sure whether it's him having possessed his earlier body. I'm pretty sure that the point of departure, excuse me, is that when Sephiroth falls off the reactor, he somehow gets saved. Cloud doesn't like win that fight in the same way. And there are reasons I think that we'll talk about that when we get to it.
By the way,
oh, also Sephiroth throughout the entire thing has been incredibly like, I think he's in love with Cloud.
give me a second to digest the fact that the tutorial video is having Cloud walk away without the party from the big sweaty thing of doom. I just want to absorb that. So you were saying that Sephiroth wants to Cloud.
Yeah, like he's very much
Cloud sexual.
yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, but I guess it makes sense. That's actually probably another hint because actual Sephiroth at this time has no reason to particularly be that interested in Cloud. Obviously, he did quote-unquote kill him in the past, but really he just treats him like a pawn. Whereas the Sephiroth that comes from the future would know that, like, Cloud was sort of the crux of his failure. Spoilers for the original game.
Yeah, speaking of spoiler for the original game, Red 13's tail flame looks real fucking good.
There's a great scene where Barrett goes in to be like a high five to the dog, and Red just like looks at him like you're a moron and turns around and slaps his hand with his tail and burns him.
Nice. And that's why Barrett needs a second artificial heart.
Yeah, it's a cute moment. There's a lot of cute moments in this game. Like I'm sure I talked to you last night, and when I was talking to you last night, I was very much like,
yeah, because it triggers your.
This
it
is
actually
dire.
triggered you with the keyword.
This is
Oh, nice, Barrett. Goodbye. Oh no!
Oh. So earlier spoilers.
It is because
Barrett gets
Red?
killed. Barrett gets killed. He dies, and then the Whispers bring him back to life, and that was when I broke on this game. Was that walk back? But
when they walk away, okay.
they walked that back, but I'm
Okay,
less
'cause
angry than I was.
I thought you were staying behind because he wasn't your party member when you selected party members, but you told me that there's no such thing as selecting party member here.
Yes, that is correct. Up until
Huh.
this point, I have not once had the choice. Oh, sorry, I lied. I had a choice at one point when I went. I backtracked when I had 5 party members, and it let me choose which 2 other party members I could keep with me. I guess when I had 4, because Red 13 doesn't count. Which sucks. I get that he joins real late, but I would have liked to have been able to... Like, they've obviously got a moveset for him.
By the way, why don't you have the fucking super nice bike?
Because...
Crashes earlier?
No, you just drop it. It's back before that potion area. You stop and jump off it. I skipped that sequence because it wasn't particularly interesting. It's actually not a bad sequence. You fight the boss. You fight on the bike rather than fighting him off the bike. Here we go.
Nice.
Here's some Kingdom Hearts nonsense.
Yeah, it
Like-
was. The aesthetic show me was very, very Kingdom Hearts.
Like it's
It's an actual Heartless.
yeah, it's part of the failure of execution. I think is they're not as good at designing Nomura specifically, or maybe Nomura is the one that's sort of designing enemies when he probably shouldn't be.
Don't know. I don't know. It should be hard director. I don't know what he lies. But that's usually overseas thing. It's been ages since the last time I've been doing
Yeah, I don't know that much about how that side of things works. If we get a second though, you can see that on Aerith's arms, she's got little belts around the.
Yes, I saw it.
Yes, it's.
Do we have any pre-existing knowledge of the mechanics of the Whispers and what they actually do to save their timeline?
Just that they jump in and like swarm to stop you from. We don't know the mechanics of how they travel through time, but we know they just like swarm and stop you from doing actions, and occasionally kill people and resurrect people from the dead. But they
ensure
this is the
that,
first real explanation as to what they are and what they do, and you can skip a lot of it because like it's really only in the like assess materia, the sense materia, if you're using the old games materia terms, that you see the explanation as to what's going on.
Yeah.
Sadly, I only grabbed. I didn't mouse over 2 of the dudes, but I'm sure they'll just be the same as the one I did mouse over. We'll get enough. You'll see me pausing for in a second soon to start shitposting at you in real time. But this is the enemy that we're fighting.
You were about to say final boss and correct yourself, which brings in question what's going to happen.
He's... I guess actually he's less Kingdom Hearts and more Dissidia, maybe? Like Dissidia has designs like this, right?
I was going to say Final Fantasy 13 4C or whatever.
But is like the color palette and the size. Like he looks exactly like the big ass, like the first Heartless you fight in Kingdom Hearts 1. It's clearly Barrett because one of his arms is shorter. Visually, it's very impressive, but like the action, but it.
Yeah, I'm expecting something. I'm getting flashback of the Final Fantasy 15 Leviathan sequence, and those are not good flashbacks.
It's at least a fight for most of it, although
Compared to
yeah, compared to that, but it's still. Like, this is all very cool. Like, if I'd seen this when I was younger, I would have lost my goddamn mind. It's clear that this is like, oh, we always wanted to do sequences like this, but we never had the money or technical ability.
you were gone for like 5 seconds.
Yeah. Cloud is slightly different in this, and I think there's a reason why as well. Cloud throughout the game has been acting a little bit less like the Cloud from FF7, and at first I thought it was because they were going for Advent Children Cloud, but I think they're actually just going for less copying Zack Cloud.
Yeah.
So we've got the Sentai Rangers, the Heartless Sentai.
God, the damage you kind of didn't really
Scale much? No.
Yeah.
It's got a very flat curve.
Using
to be clear, when it says unable to read, it's not. It's not telling us. It's not telling us that it's illiterate. It's not like the true horror of the far future is that we've lost literature. It's the tactical information would usually go in that area in yellow, like saying like, oh, to stagger this enemy, you've got to use X type of attacks.
Nice dodge.
Oh man, this is okay. This is where I'm. This is me actively shitposting at Sanzansan.
Yes, posting my fucking. When Discord was going out of that.
Yeah, yeah. So the combat here is definitely not going to be my best showing in terms of combat because I was very done with the game. But I also there's a few things here. I'll talk about the combat here as well because the combat in this game. I actually, the more I think about it, the more I think my problem with it is an intentional on their part. Where the stagger bars, you actually won't see it against this particular enemy because their stagger bar doesn't go up until you kill them. But I think the stagger bars are set such that if you don't do the specific thing that raises their stagger bars, they will stagger at the exact point where they're going to scene transition anyway. So I think that the combat in this game is
Which is saying that you would have felt a lot better if, apart from the specific action, nothing raised the stagger bar, so you wouldn't notice.
Yes, I think that would have been the way to go. Because
your poor feelings are getting...
The fights are puzzle boxes, and I didn't realise that until very, very late. Because the game sort of doesn't do a great job of explaining to you that you're supposed to fight in a certain way. Because you can fight not that way. And it just, yeah.
I'm going to say it right now. You really should have played 13 Lightning Returns.
Okay.
It's the best 13, and the center system is basically a better version of Lightning Returns.
Okay.
Except Lightning Returns has the dress up of Final Fantasy X too, so I kind of like it for that.
Lewd.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're supposed to fast stagger enemies by doing the specific actions, then burst them down in stagger, which would probably, like, instead of taking 10 minutes to do a fight, it'd probably take like 3 minutes. Yep. But because you can just do the 10-minute version easily, like, it's not like a problem to do the longer version. It doesn't feel hard, because it's actually, I think I died once in the entire game. It's actually quite difficult to lose a fight. It's those pauses will stop. We're getting to the end of me fucking going mental.
Answering to me every 5 seconds.
Oh, here we go. Every time you get to a certain point in this fight, it annoyingly goes, nope. I wish when I play through this again, I'd love to in this sequence not run forward and see what happens, because I've got full control.
And it doesn't drop.
Yeah, right. Like that's got to be what happens. There's a point earlier in the game where you've got to save Aerith from falling, and you can just stand there. I stood there for like 15 minutes, watching her like dangle. Like the biggest failure, not the biggest failure, but one of the failures as well is the design of these enemies. Like it's such a out of place design, and I get that it's from an out of place time, but
Parts of me keep hoping that lightning shows up at some point.
oh my god,
Parts of me wanted that during the
they could have.
honeybee sequence.
You could literally plug this
Yeah.
timeline into the end of
Oh, yeah.
Final Fantasy 13-2. I don't know about 3.
3, no, because of finality of...
Oh god, I remember what the end of Final Fantasy. At least you can always say about any game ever that at least it's not as bad as the end of Final Fantasy 13.
Nothing you ever did mattered. Thank you.
Mhm.
Right. Certain 2 is kind of nothing you ever did mattered, but at least you tried, and that was enough to give someone else the opportunity to do something. Which is Lightning Returns.
Well, no, the Final Fantasy 13-2 is the real ending, is the one where you fuck off with snow to find crystals.
Ah.
I want that game. God, it's
Have you played Type 0?
yes, I haven't finished it. I enjoyed it,
yeah.
but I ran into a problem in that I didn't play the PSP version because I was waiting for the PC remake. And then when no, was it PC? Maybe it was PS4? I think it was
Because one of
PS4.
them has a terrible translation.
Yeah. So
PS4
it had a
has,
horrible translation, and I probably could have dealt with that because
Motion
I'm
blur?
not. Huh?
Was it motion blur?
It was the motion blur. Yes,
Yeah,
the
okay.
motion blur is so aggressive that
That it actually makes you sick.
I couldn't
Yeah.
play it. Yeah, it was unbelievable. And I'm like not someone that ever doesn't play games for that reason.
They
Here's
patched it a bit
Intercession. I was thinking of Excession, not Intercession. The Ian M. Banks novel, like he attacks in sci-fi, generic sci-fi novel names. I get into a bit of a loop here where it's sort of the worst part of the worst part feeling of this game's combat, and it's made worse by the fact that you constantly get attacked by a big dude here. Is that oh no, it's not quite yet, but if you get to the stage where you're sort of like trying to get back to full health, it can take a very long time to actually get the party up to full health because of how
ATB is
ATB
fancy,
works. Basically, you've only got one magnifier materia, and I decided to go with using it for offense, which I then didn't use in this fight at all because I was dying inside. But generally, it was better to have that on like Blizzaga.
Where's Ares, by the way?
She's off doing space things, I guess. You know,
Okay.
chilling out, being an ancient. Cetra, sorry, they don't like being called ancients. The way she says,
Ages.
the way she responds when she comes out as a Cetra, Barrett calls her an ancient, is sort of like on the edge of someone being like actually we prefer the term Native American or Indigenous American, whatever.
I was going to go with slave name.
I wasn't gonna go that far.
You're already demonetized. Who cares?
Yeah, whatever. But that was fine in context. Like it's not. I don't think it's like a. I mean, I never think it's as much of a problem as some of my other friends do when they start messing with that sort of thing, unless it's way too overpowering. But in context, like I think it's completely fine for her to be a little bit touchy on that subject, given that the people that call her the Ancients is Shinra, the massive evil corporation that killed her mother and wanted to breed her. Ah, Hojo! If there's a highlight to this game, it's that Hojo is amazing.
Does he have a good voice actor? Because he probably does, because of the voice actor.
I mean, I played in English, obviously, but yes, very good a voice actor and like the best.
Okay, so the damage you do on the Whisper here translates to the big guy. That's
yes,
good.
Correct. So that's the.
Oh, I just thought he's a big fucking Whisper having a.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
At some point, I'll assess him, and
then you transition into the next phase.
Yeah.
And he loves the tiger.
Yeah. So the mechanic of this fight is. Yeah.
That same problem is in Lightning Returns. Actually, it was a big problem early on, where your gauge of time ball was limited, and you were spending like your limit breaks, and the guy just stopped taking damage because I need to transition to the next phase.
Oh, also, he starts attacking us with visions of the future that he came
Vision
from.
of the ending of Final Fantasy VII.
Yes.
You note this is a cutscene at the end.
Yes, that is the very final cutscene, and I don't even know if this ties into Advent Children or if this just ties into the end of like FF7. I still don't know whether the end of FF7 is canon to Advent Children's timeline.
Yes. I don't know, but what it showed us was that Red 13 is supposed to survive, so to weaken it, we should kill Red 13.
Ah, you're right. That's a good point.
Obviously.
Huh.
Because the mechanics I fail to understand is what do they want to do to you? Because at this point in time, you know they're fucking up with the timeline, so you can't fulfill the role you did in their original timeline.
You sort of can. Like, the degree to which they're able to force things and people to do shit is part of the reason I got angry at the game. And I think the ending doesn't justify it, but it does soften the blow a bit.
Does it, like, take control of you and you forget about things?
They don't take control of you, they block your path. They do steal memories. So they do... Okay. They were... I think they took Aerith's memory of the other departure from the main timeline, which we'll get to later. By the stage, I think at the beginning of the game she remembers everything, and then she's slowly losing like bits and bits of like the difference, and like the fact that the actual enemy, well, the enemy is Sephiroth, but also these Destiny goblins who aren't Destiny goblins. they're just like agents of this creature in the future.
So what you're saying is which one of Pratchett's novel is about dealing with that?
It's the
one with the it's the monk. What's his name? The guy who basically is a Buddhist monk.
It's like in time. It's not in time. It's like a time pun or something.
Yeah.
Luke
Remind me of it.
It's book 28 or 29.
How dare you use it, Layard?
But also, I mean, I guess they're in the earlier books as well. There's the death ones deal with the arbiters a lot. Arbiters? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
these are the
arbiters of reality. The arbiters of reality.
They are. Yeah, I guess they are like that because like people think they're that, but actually they're not. They're just like weird bureaucracy that can be.
Yes, bureaucracy, and when they get self-sentient, they just fucking disappear.
Yeah.
Correction.
Yeah. You can see here how much this game fucking loves doing cutscenes in battles. I wish they'd let you...
Just going to be clear,
Yeah.
today I played 3 games. I finished 100% Neo 2 earlier with Alice at the very start of the day. I then spent like 2 hours trying to play Bannerlords at about 16 to 30 FPS depending on the mood. And then I play Monster Hunter, which varied between 30 and 20. And I'm watching this, going 60 FPS, showing all of this, being super fucking smooth, and I'm being impressed right now.
Oh, okay. Visually, there's... I don't get impressed like I used to as a... Like...
My problem is that I wish like every cutscene would go once you kill one of them, rather than just like enough damage to the 3 of them or the big one does enough damage.
Well, I know. I just wish. Like, I think they're great. I think they should be there. I think that if the player does enough damage to skip them, you should just skip them. Like, you should just be confident enough in your product to allow the player to miss some of it and still have it, like, expect them to have a good experience. Because by locking you out, it's lessening the experience more than the cutscene is making the experience better.
The QTE problem of taking you away from the main gameplay. Except, I'm happy they're not QTE.
Yes, yes, actually, they very well could be. Like, there's a lot of... I guess if it was made in the 2000s, it would have been QTE City. And the thing I'll say about some of the stuff I didn't like in the editions is at least the way I didn't like them is similar to the way I didn't like things in the 90s. Like, they're very 90s mistakes in terms of the way characters act. And the best sequence in this game is feels very 90s.
Best sequence in the game should be when you save Jessie from the doom she's facing.
I have things to say about that. How long has it been since Final Fantasy VII? 20 years? Longer? 25 years? 22 years, 23 years. That entire time, the joke I've been making that's not really a joke is they should really remake FF7 and allow you to save the best girl, you know, the one true love, Jessie. But actually, I do really like Jessie and always have, and she's amazing in this game. Keep that in mind later when I start making angry blackguard noises.
OST is real fucking nice as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's Final Fantasy. Whenever they mess that up, it's been a pretty.
I think it's a Nobuo. I actually think Nobuo worked on it because that might have been just before or just after his hospitalization.
I unpaused while sending you pictures of the Power Rangers. Sadly, we don't get to see how much of a god Aerith is. This is not a very good battle for showing her off.
No, contribution from Nobuo Uematsu with Masashi Amaozo and Mitsuko. He's credited as the first composer of the game, but like, since most of the work is going to be remake of his FF7 tracks.
Yeah, remixing.
But supposedly he's getting better. He's getting better. So let's hope he's getting better. And coronavirus does not claim him. I just dated your fucking video.
Ah, yes, quite. Ah, whatever. Well, actually, you
I
said...
don't think coronavirus is going away for a while.
You said that, I think it was you that said that they really need to be fast on making the next one, now that they've got the engine and stuff. They might actually not have the capacity to do it fast, because...
Yeah, they're forced to... They might be locked, forced to... Teletravel, I would call it in English. Remote work.
Work from home, yeah.
Well, work from... that's fucking stupid.
Whatever.
Like, I'm sorry to tell you that best girl is Scarlet. And especially what you showed me from FF7R. Oh,
is
look,
who, sorry?
Scarlet.
Oh, yeah, Scarlet's real good. She tortures and doesn't afraid of anything. Oh, yeah, I didn't send you this.
Bahamut?
It is Bahamut. No, it's Whisper Bahamut.
Yeah, Whisper. Like, he clearly doesn't...
Because they're Sentai, they transform and become a large
They get tie, yes.
Yes. Oh, here we go. Oh my god, it actually uses the word arbiters.
It's called arbiters of fate. Creatures appear when someone tries to.
They're not arbiters. They're not arbiters in what's it called? They're
auditors.
Auditors.
That's the real bureaucratic name.
Yes, auditors.
Yes.
They're connected to all the threads of time and space that control the planet's fate. No explanation as to why or how. They just is. And something tells me we're never going to get an explanation for why or how. Yeah, so this is where I get trapped in a nightmare of healing. Oh my god, this! I use my limit break, he uses his, like, animation. It eats my limit break and does not allow me to use it. Limit break just gone, completely wasted.
Nice.
That is, to me, a horrific mechanical issue.
Failure, yeah.
Like, I shouldn't have... Like,
so this Mega Flare was very much not Mega Flare.
Yes, it was. It had come up on stream that it was that he was doing that action, but I didn't know that it was a cutscene action when I used the and there's no way for me to have really known that it was a cutscene action before.
I mean, just watch the streamrun speedrun strat being use your limit break to cancel the animation of the guy. So you need to do it a very specific frame.
Yeah. So this is where the nightmare of this game happens. I've got low ATB. My characters are all low health.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have to say that ATB being the resource, the only resource you can use heal is kind of scary and worrying.
Yeah, I get why they did it, but it leads to some... It's fine when things are going well. And there are ways to get more ATB. I'm not using them in this fight because... What this game also needs, like, desperately is, like a command system for your allies. And it just needs to be basic, like, group on me, attack my enemy, attack disparate enemies, spread out. Like, that's all you'd need to fully utilize... Because the game has mechanics based on allies being close to you, and you've got zero control over them.
The AI can, like, use ATB?
No, but you can use ATB for them, and they generate ATB slower usually. But, like, if you get up close to an enemy... Aerith has a skill in particular that allows you to fill your allies' ATB. There are other skills that allow you to do it. But you can't tell your allies that it would be a good idea to stand on this square right now. Or it would be a good idea to attack the enemy I'm attacking right now. They just do whatever.
I'm noticing something problematic tied to the fact that you have to control the character you want to... What you want? Yeah.
This attack is... I don't think you can do anything against it. Watch me, I try a bunch of different things, like dodging, I try blocking. It goes through your shield, it's impossible to dodge. I don't know what you're supposed to, like, do. And I found it very frustrating in a time when I'm, like, desperately trying to heal my people.
We agree that the enemy seems to target the one you're controlling.
Yes, that is true. Yes.
That's a problem. That's a problem I was referring to.
Yes, that is also... That sucks. Not every enemy does it as much. This one in particular is super harsh with it.
Planet's protection.
Like, it's actually the only reason I get out of this fucking hellhole is that I get Aerith's limit break off, because Planet's protection, you'll see, completely. Oh wait, she didn't use it.
Or she used it.
I don't know.
It's activated on everyone.
Huh. Maybe there's a elemental component. Physical damage does nothing.
Oh.
But he must have elemental attack on the stuff he's doing right now. But he's
maybe 7 bar.
Yeah, see.
Has been for a while.
Yes, but to summon you've got to use ATB, and I've been in a situation where every bit of my ATB has been used for healing for the past 4 minutes. Now that I've got a chance to attack the enemy for a bit, well, he's almost dead as well. I think this is a worthless summon. I think I just summon for the look of it. Oh no, he's like this is visually. I'd love to see this on a PS4 Pro, and I'd love to see this like what they do with the series on the PS5.
Yeah. At least that's in state for the Polar Engines phase.
Yeah.
If the FF7R2 boss is those three guys, but there's a green one and a black one, I want it to be popular.
I hope that there's no aspect of this in the in Remake 2. And I think it might be the case.
Oh, so there's a finality to this that isn't just like, let's run away.
We'll see, I guess.
Yeah, spoilers.
Spoilers. Spoilers.
Spoiler, but I hardly knew her.
I made a wrong
This is
decision.
the content you choose to watch. I hope that everybody that's going to land on this video muted it by now.
Well, I was considering throwing up the uncommentaried version as well, but I'm pretty sure that would just get like taken down for being literally just like no. Well, I have one bit of commentary on it during the video, like one bit where I actually talked. We'll hear that at some point.
God, this is going to be so fucking weird. Also, not as meaty as I'd like. Not as meaty Tsunami as I'd like.
Yeah. Look at this.
The scale of the original summon is clearly like scaled back.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, is Barrett aware that he got saved only because he was supposed to be alive?
Yes.
How did he take it? Like, because like he's saying, "I take my destiny in my own hand," but like, dying was against your destiny. So, do you really want that?
It's unclear.
The implications, yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, Tifa's good.
Oh, also, were you?
Tifa's so good.
She is heard something. You're using the Buster Sword because it's mechanically the best weapon you have access to, right?
It is close enough that it doesn't matter. Mechanically, I could have gone with. There's another sword that is just as good, but looks stupid. It's actually the other sword is better for materia stuff, but the Buster Sword is my highest damage weapon that also has decent materia slotting.
Oh, that moment.
Yeah.
We should have seen that she was getting Masamuned. Let's put it that. Oh, spoiler alert.
Well, not anymore. But we'll see.
Okay, so the situation with Rebuild of Evangelion is that when they did the first one, oh god, it looked fucking super beautiful. It's super fucking nice. Oh my god, this was how it was supposed to go. Nice.
Yeah.
The second one goes out, and everything up until the ending is kind of weird because Shinji is not the same character anymore. He's a bit more mature, he's a bit more interested, he's a bit more... Like, there's something to him, but it's subtle enough that nothing changes. Until the ending, if you remember the ending of the second movie, Shinji decided to save the girl, so to speak.
The equivalent of Remake for this would be if in Remake, Shinji was like, you know what? Father, I will get into the mech. And then out of the ground burst a bunch of ghosts that stopped Shinji from moving towards the mech.
Well, do I need to remind you that at the end of Evangelion 2, Shinji said, fuck it, I'm getting inside the mech and I'm saving the fucking girl. And it's mech, not mech.
I think I skipped a bit of cutscene there. I think I wasn't supposed to use Aerith to do that.
No.
It really feels like that was wrong. Like I'm supposed to get like a cloud doesn't attack.
I'm still waiting for Zack to just show up and save everyone, by the way. But I'm confused because isn't Zack's stuff, the price of freedom, supposed to happen before
It has happened
events
before.
of
It has
F7?
happened before, yes.
Yeah.
We're getting flashbacks to the price of freedom for reasons that are, at this point, entirely baffling to me. Just like, what
Okay,
the
were.
fuck is going on? Yes.
Because timeline-wise,
Yes.
Price of Freedom is the day before the start of F7, right?
Yes. Well, there's like a week, I think, in between. But yes.
Oh, week. Okay.
But like, it's just before FF7.
God, just saying
Cloud.
the fucking names, the music play in my head, and I'm like, oh my god. It was so
Oh my
cool.
god, the Price of Freedom is the best. I'm so sad that they don't like do the full Price of Freedom like song in
Yeah.
this.
God, this is visually
Yes.
a thing. It's happening. I cannot ignore it.
Yes. I feel like the part of the reason they went the way they did is they're like, well, we want to show Meteor off. So how do we change the game so that we can show Meteor off?
But
Yeah.
is like Midgard annihilated now?
No, because they're currently in the future.
Ah,
They
the
broke
future of the
original.
Whispers?
Yes,
or
the Whisper future. They're in the Whisper future.
Okay. So something happened to us. Wait, the train was active. Why are you adventuring on Cloud now? Because is Cloud supposed to be able to do this in context of FSNR?
Yes.
Okay.
He has done a. It's been built up to. He's a lot stronger than he was in the original FF at this point.
Press square
Also,
for menu,
bottom left. See where it says menu?
Yeah. I can
That
see
is
it.
the only indication you get that you can, between certain cutscenes, open the menu and do management. There's no tutorial about it.
That's super fucking nice.
It is super
the
nice.
system.
I spent 75% of the game not realizing that it was a thing, and being screwed because of it. Like, I didn't even think to look down there. No one, like, it doesn't pop up and say, hey, in certain cutscenes you can do this.
People watching now, by the way, are extremely pleased that we're not staying silent for the OST.
Ah, whatever. I need... I actually like this part of the fight a lot. The one-on-one. In this game, aside from one-on-one fight, the fights with a dude your size are by far the best. To be clear, I didn't mean to use a potion just then. I meant to do the counter-attack. But I've only just recently... Huh?
It's too late for excuses.
Yeah.
God, I wish there was subtitles for the tents right now.
Mmm.
I see you. Do you dream of me? This won't take long. Here we go. The planet will claim you. Enjoy it.
Nice block, like out.
It's because I was in onslaught mode. And that counted as a range attack for some reason. There's a counter stance is the one you've got to use for most of the last part of the game. The operator mode counter stops. The Punisher mode. The Punisher mode counter stops working for a lot of stuff, but you get it like a counter on a button, which I used just then, literally by menuing because I forgot the input that I put it to. Since I barely ever use Cloud anyway, I use Tifa. But Tifa's not good for these fights because of their nature. It's really, I think it really feels like the game's pushing you playing as Cloud for this last section from Genova to here. Spoilers, you fight Genova.
Did you miss me?
Characters keep saying that after they've been gone for 2 minutes. And Cloud turning around and saying, not really, is... I really like their relationship in this one, and it makes sense to me now. In a way it didn't before.
Yeah, but like, how much does she know about Dak and Cloud? Is another question I'm asking myself.
Right now, I can't tell. I know how much she must have known originally, and I can assume how events played out, because the Whispers would have forced certain things to happen, despite the change. And they slowly stop. Like, she talks early in an early cutscene about how the Whispers are stealing her memory. And, like, taking her away from the path that she was want it to be on.
Anytime now. Anytime now. Try me.
Again, those count as ranged attacks, so you can't block in onslaught mode.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I
yeah.
got screwed.
A boundless void.
Yes.
Sephiroth is feeling pressured, by the way.
Yes. Oh, it. I guess the corollary to him not having been in a live stream is he's not live stream powered up, Seth. Maybe?
Yeah.
I think he's inhabiting his old body. I think that's what's happening. Like, I think he
Mental
went back in time
control.
and, like, mind crushed
I mean,
himself.
If they can, like, if the Whispers have an established power of fucking with memories and stuff, like
Yeah. Well,
mental time travel.
they bring Barrett back to life by possessing him.
I'm quite lucky I don't give a shit about spoilers in general.
Yeah.
Nice switch of stance, Blagan, looks like me in Neo 2. God, the ice is quite good looking as well.
No, everything's quite like a visually. This game is a treat. Like, listen to Sephiroth go. Do you dream of me?
Have you been dreaming of?
Have you been dreaming? Like, god damn.
Yeah.
I'm getting very.
Yeah, but he's talking like a. Then again, he's fucking Sephiroth. I was about to say he's talking with a lot of confidence, but like
Yeah.
Sephiroth. But he's talking like someone who knows what's going on, and Cloud doesn't. But like, it's been the pattern of Cloud and Sephiroth forever.
I really like the way that played out with Aerith using her fucking laser beam. Also, please ignore what's
then
happening
I-
on screen.
Yes, she's like.
Something went wrong because I don't think you're supposed to be able. Like, they didn't account for you controlling Aerith and attacking as you fell.
Yes.
But this is the best attack in the game.
I have the fucking laser.
Yeah.
We were talking to me about.
It's so strong. And if there's two enemies and you get them both, it does it to them both.
Like I say.
Where are the apples?
Oh
Say what?
no. One winged angel.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to. But where are the? Is it?
What were you doing now? Because you clearly weren't sending me this. Because this is new to me.
No, I did. I tried to send you. I sent you this. I missed the
Ah,
screenshot.
yes.
Because you were asking like about
Where
the
the fuck have
ending.
you gone for the past hour? Yes.
Yes, but right now I thought, at this point, and again spoilers, like I legitimately thought we were just going to kill Sephiroth, and it was going to be like, thank you for playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. And I have never been. I have. Let's be honest, I have been that angry about a game, but it's very rare that I'm as angry about a game as I was in this moment.
They're playing the
Yes.
Decent World, One Winged Angel. Well, probably a remastered version for this game, but like it's the base version.
I think the fight could have been done a lot better. But this is the point, you can play these fights really badly. I'm interested to see how hard mode goes. Because in hard mode you don't get access to items, which means your healing is more limited. Which means you can't do like what I'm doing here where I just keep healing.
Yeah.
So I'll be interested to see how the hard mode goes. But the normal mode is... I would have much preferred the game be a lot more deadly and force you to redo fights, but have the fights be less... like,
Marathon.
yeah, like less drawn out. Yeah, marathon. Yeah. Because as someone who the one time I died, actually you were there, right? This was I was streaming to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, when I died against a goddamn early
The
boss.
two giant insect in the
No. Before that, against the airbuster, and I had to redo the entire
yes.
airbuster
Yes.
sequence.
because
I
he died
died.
at the final fucking HP.
Yeah, it was like actually like he was on Magic Pixel.
Sounds like me on a fighting game.
this.
Nice block, Baga. The counter was super helpful. I must admit that considering you were seeing the traces of the lightning falling on the ground, I was confused as to why you choose.
Because again, I don't use cloud that much, so like I forgot that the walking was so slow with onslaught mode. Not onslaught. I keep saying onslaught. The counter stance.
Punisher.
Punisher.
Onslaught is Tifa. Physical onslaught.
Mm.
Is Tifa's mod.
And good old Surfy Boy's just styling at me for a while. And the worst thing is, so I didn't want to do too much because I could see that he was at nearly half HP, which meant that I could tell he was going to go into like a cutscene or a do a thing. Actually, it wasn't this. He goes through all the elements. That doesn't actually block.
Oh, the flame wall is really good looking.
Yes.
Can you make him walk through it with the camera zooming on his face before he turns away, please? The laser is the final part of a combo, or is it just skill?
It's a skill.
Ray
of
Judgment.
Judgment. So the reason you see me switch to characters, you can use abilities on characters you're not controlling. It's usually I switch to them to get the last bit of their ATB bar up before I use the skill.
Okay.
He likes his herbal tea. His infusions, that is.
Aha.
Aha ha ha. Aha.
But yeah, these clearly, like, you said it earlier, but like, the whole game reminds me of FF8 right now. I'm waiting for the orphan reveal. The orphanage reveal right now. Iris and Tifa were orphans that Barrett has ate.
I mean, there is an orphanage in this game.
Yes.
And
Barrett isn't it?
And Aerith is an orphan, I guess.
By the way, I saw a screenshot of Cloud's mom.
Yes.
You're not supposed to see Cloud's mom in Midgard, right?
You see maybe a third of the calm flashback throughout the course of this game. And I think it is likely that you will never get the calm flashback.
Yes. Because like at this point in time it doesn't make any sense anymore. How aware of what's happening to him Cloud is, because he ought to be based on the fact you told me is
Cloud currently still thinks he's Zack in the way that he thought he was in the original, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but you told me that you had a cutscene in which he explained that all soldiers are crazy in this in terms to be someone else.
No, not that they think they're someone else. They're just crazy in terms of like they've got something deeply wrong with them. It's the biker dude comes in and starts killing his own Shinra troops, and the way everyone acts around him and like they talk about it's like, oh, every soldier's like this, and then Elmira, Aerith's mother, is like talking about how the bargain you make when you become a soldier is that like you don't get to be a normal person.
Yeah.
Plus, what's his name?
I think I never actually assessed Seth. I probably should have.
And you would have learned that a creation of the Whispers, clearly not the real one.
No, I think what happened is that even at the end of Advent Children, even if Advent Children is legit, Seth isn't actually properly killed. He's still refusing to dissipate in the live stream.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that like when the planet, whatever happened to the planet happened, he was still around in the live stream, and he sort of like just hung out and saw the Whispers doing their thing, and is like, I'm gonna piggyback on what the Whispers are doing and travel in time. And I think he travelled back to when he got killed and didn't get killed. well, got thrown off the bridge in the reactor. That's pure speculation. It's just the thing that makes the most sense given everything else that happened in this game. He is visually very cool. It's such a good fucking... I really fucking like this, the way to look at this fight.
I'm still waiting for like his last silver bells when he starts casting Supernova and it lasts 8 fucking minutes.
Oh, I wish he did Supernova. Ah, spoilers, he doesn't do Supernova. I didn't even think.
It again and again and again and again, and then like 8 hours later, won the fight.
I don't want to use Cloud's Limit Break here because I'm frightened that he'll go into a scene transition, like the second I do.
A spoiler alert for the people watching. No, never mind. They have the YouTube bar. There's 30 minutes left, giving 15 minutes of credit. We're about to reach the ending.
Yeah, yes, we're nearly there. So this is what he does instead of Supernova, and I'm glad I didn't use the Limit Break because he totally would have gone into this goddamn animation.
Nice camera angle. I fucking hate Cloud's design in the sense that his baggy pants are horrible, but Iris oversized shoes are pretty great. Very cute, I approve of it. Seal of approval. Nice dodging away that serves no purpose.
He starts counting down from 10, but he doesn't get there. But I think if he counts down from 10, he meteors you and you die.
And the planet explodes.
Well, that's it. That's FF7 done forever. We killed Seth.
Why weren't you here? Party limitations. Sad. See, Iris asked to know. She talks about changing things.
She knows that there's a difference, and I think it's because of her interactions with the Whispers. I don't think she's actual future Aerith. She might be.
She must possess memories and stuff she's not supposed to know. Anyway,
I think it's due to her connection with the planet. When things start, she could actually be a time traveler, but it doesn't. Nothing else actually seems to imply properly that she's a time traveler, and there's a simpler explanation for why she's quite different, and like why she would have been looking into the Whispers and that shit through her connection with the planet.
Okay, I have a very important question.
Yes.
Does Cloud shave his armpit, or does he have no armpit hair?
If you check the Final Fantasy VII wiki, the soldier experimentation in Genova cells turn you hairless outside of your eyebrows and hair. I'm lying, of course. I've not. You know, it's probably
okay. I was going to ask you. If I Google this, can I actually see this?
No, this is not true. It is the sort of thing that the FF7 wiki would track, though.
That which lies ahead does not yet exist.
Sephiroth, can you stop fucking talking like that?
Can you stop being Crisis Core Sephiroth for just a fucking second, please?
Because if you're Crisis Core Sephiroth, I need to see Gact right now, or else I'm going to be very sad.
One day, but I will not end.
I respect Sephiroth's desire not to die.
I have you.
He's...
And save Cloud as his fuckboy.
Yeah, like, what?
The edge of creation.
Okay, it's not going to be Supernova, it's going to be Big Bang. Or Big Crunch.
So I don't know whether this is like...
Together we can rule the world. And like, you're like, yes.
Like, yes.
Okay,
totally is.
But actually
But I don't know if this is like some Dissidia shit. Like, it feels like maybe it's some Dissidia shit that I'm missing. And Dissidia is actually totally canon.
But Cloud, at this point in time, like, don't say never, like, ask why.
Also, what's actually happening is this is all Lightning trying to remake the universe into our universe, and that's what we're fighting against.
If this does not translate to a boss fight, I'm going to be very pissed.
Yeah, no, it's we've had the boss fight, and also it would be horrible to do the boss fight here because of reasons.
No, but like, do like my
Oh
MGS
my god,
4.
Cloud's cool though, huh? How come we can't flash step in combat? They better give us that ability. I do wonder if your sword, I mean the material is, so your sword must be chosen by which sword you're using.
Yes.
So I'm very glad that I had the Buster
Yes, because
sword.
I'm thinking like, what's his name? The other swords you have has
Yes.
a different shape. So how is he going to eat it? Maybe they make something intelligently.
Mm.
Seconds till the end.
What?
This.
Time enough for you.
So I think what it's saying with what might be a bit of a shit translation job. My little senses are tingling on some of this stuff where I'm like, is this maybe just the translators didn't do the best job? But he has 7 seconds to change in the history.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he can change 7 seconds. I wonder
No,
what...
it was given a 7-second opportunity based on more. Like for 7 seconds, they're not going to be interfering, so do something. Is I think what's going on.
I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, he can
Oh,
change.
Sang is cute, fucking hell.
Yeah, Sang is great. Rufus is great as well. Rufus is really...
Yeah, but Sang was a lot more
Yeah.
manly. He basically looks like a girl.
you know, it's hard to say with polygons.
Scarlet, let's go this here.
Ah,
Oh, Kitesies is here. His first son.
yes.
Do you actually get Kitesies?
No, you see the
Oh,
cat in
other
one
f-
scene. When the plate falls, you see Kate Sith like banging his hands against the ground, going, "Ah!" I'm so angry.
Attention, wins attention. Oh, are we going to see Ojo?
Ah, yes, we will actually.
Yeah, we
He's best boy.
do see Ojo.
He might have the best facial expressions I've seen in a video game.
FF7 nailed the appearance of a man who's more so degenerate. Like this is, it's not yellow. It's supposed to be wearing a yellow shirt.
But like the way he smiles and the way he like fucking emotes
Was
is
yellow?
I-
No, it's the crisis core scientist man who's a bit fat. Who wears a yellow shirt.
okay. No, you don't get to see it there. But he's the side of his face twists up in a weird way, like he's got a
Okay,
big-
sure. Here's the price of
Yes.
freedom. They're going to play the.
Uh, No, they're just gonna instead of playing it, they're just gonna remind you that it's not playing.
Zach, you should have equipped Materia. It's your fault.
Wait. Was that all of them?
What?
So here's the second departure point. And the reason I'm sort of okay with this is because to get to this point is like, I like this as a stepping off point.
Yes.
Uh,
But ah.
yes. So you've got questions. How does Cloud end up with the
The
sword?
Master Sword.
But I think the
okay.
answer is whispers. I think the answer is the whispers basically force Zack away. It doesn't show it, but like, it makes sense. And I'm pretty sure he would have talked to Aerith. And that's why
Wait,
she's...
is the Whisper just annihilate Midgard?
No, it's... This is the...
Timeline
it's-
collapsing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the timeline switching, basically, I guess, is what
Yeah.
this is representing. Okay, no, I am really into this, Blackguard. I
Yes.
do not get your...
No, this is the point where I stopped talking to you, because I didn't want to ruin this moment by saying that I massively switched on the end of the game. I still think the game, as I've said, a failure of execution. It's not a failure of ideas. The idea of getting to the point where you've got an alternate universe where Zack lived, like there's so many interesting things you can do with that. Because
Yeah, but where is he?
I think
Okay, he's going to be eating at this...
no, I think maybe after he talked to Aerith, the whispers were
Oh,
happening.
that guy is fucking ripped. Why? You don't have the muscle to be able to leave that kid. I tried.
It's very clear that gravity works less in FF7. Well,
Yes.
it's obvious that that's the case again and again. Okay. But I think maybe the whispers would have stopped him from like interfering with the Midgar shit. He probably fucked off to Gongardia to talk to his parents or find Sisne.
Yes, probably.
But like, so I think that the point at which you'll meet him may be there. But like, think about what happens if Zach turns up and is like, "Hey, Cloud, why are you being such a weirdo?" Like the whole second disc doesn't happen. Sephiroth never gets
everything doesn't happen.
He never gets a hold of Meteor. He never gets a hold of like the Black Materia. The giant Materia plan never happens. Angry, the inverse gentleman noises right now.
What?
Biggs also lived. Wedge is implied to live. He might have died. He got owned off screen.
Oh, please don't cheer fucking Wedge.
No, I think Wedge like might have lived. It sort of implied that he was going to die, but I think maybe he doesn't, because he doesn't.
Okay, but like,
doesn't show it on the screen.
I have no massive problem.
My massive problem is that they
Why
saved...
is the game named Remake and not Rebuild?
Yeah, well, I think they just wanted to lie to people. Like, I think they just wanted to trick, like not trick, but like have this be a big reveal. That's why they didn't want people streaming early. Like, this makes sense as to like it's so harsh to them that this shit got out early. And allowed people to get spoiled because, like, although,
you know, I'm going to fucking ruin your video by pointing something out.
Go.
So,
Video game have progressed a gigantic amount of progress in the past decade on working on black skin. Like, it's actually very fucking hard to make black human skin of a black African, of like sub-Saharan African to look good in a video game because of the way lighting and exterior reflect off, or lack of it does not reflect off it by virtue of its coloration. Barrett doesn't look black at all. At least,
actually, he's from Okinawa.
yeah, he could actually look like a black Caribbean. Actually, eventually, like. Mixed between like locals and black slave, I guess, because that's kind of the feeling I'm getting. But it doesn't look like a black person.
That's good enough. It's Japan, man. What do you want? It's.
It looks good, at least. That's
it's not.
But like, like look at fucking MGS4, MGSV. You can make actual black people that look like actual black people.
It's probably the
stuff.
marketing division of fucking Square that did it.
Yes.
And this is where I would have really liked the Price of Freedom to cut in.
That would have been good.
This is not... I believe this is just a vision of what happened, I guess?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this changes everything.
Yes, it's huge and it's great. And I sort of love it, and I wish they'd gotten to where they got to differently.
I'm sure it's just because you played the game like fucking tired.
No,
and
like there's
yeah,
a lot
you
of
probably
things.
turned in because of that.
But like there's like it had been building a lot. You're missing a lot of the cutscenes. They intentionally make you frustrated with the whispers.
the steel sky.
Ah, that's such a good line. Crisis Core callback. Zach telling Eris he's going to show her the empty sky one day. And here we go.
Yeah, but like I was not hyped about FF7 by the way. Remake. I was like, I'm going to play because like, fuck it, might as well.
Yeah.
I've got a craving for FF since you did your FF9 playthrough. And like, yeah. I'm sorry, but this is getting me.
No, okay. Again, as at the point where the ending happened, like as soon as it was clear there was going to be a second game and they'd made changes, I was back on board. But I didn't want to be like to you, I'm back on board, because then you'd be like, wait, what?
Okay. So you've been lying in the general for like the past
in the general as well. I don't want to. I can't spoil that, right? Not for the people.
I need to want Alice because based on what you told me, that's what I saw was like, nothing's so good anymore. And like,
but I still don't think it's a good idea for him to play because he's never played the fucking original. That scene is going to be nonsense. Who's this guy? What's going on? Why is this like what the hell?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to get him a version of FF7 that works and like
yeah, he's got 4 days to finish FF7. It's doable. Have fun.
It's doable.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's not that long game. Yeah, like I
No, he's going to need Crisis Core as well.
no, I don't think no. It's enough. I think that it's as long as he does the cutscene from FF7, the missable cutscene. Just tell him to go to the basement in disc 3. 3 to get that cutscene. But yeah, like just the amount that it changes Zack being alive, and like it's gonna change Cloud. I think Cloud acts a little bit differently because despite the fact that he is still like aping Zack, he didn't watch Zack get murked in front of him 2 seconds before he got.
Yeah.
So that it actually explains some of the like early on in the game. I was like, huh? What's like going on with Cloud? He's a little bit weird. Are they just going for the Advent Children? I don't think they were going for Advent Children. I think they were just like writing him differently because the circumstances had changed. Yeah, God, it's such a awful ending song, by the way. But it's not often that a game will take me from I like this to I hate this to I'm back on board, and
Redeemed.
It's close enough. I still think like you could have done so much better, and you could have done the story. Like I think the whole Whisper plot to get to this point, there were better ways you could have done it, like writing wise. I don't know. Maybe it's like sometimes Japanese people are super weird with the way they write the stories, and it might just be a cultural thing where they're okay with what happened. But for the 90% of the game where you don't know what the Whispers are and what they're doing, and the characters are talking about quote-unquote destiny, and it's looking like the game's just going to end, I was miserable with it every time they'd come on screen. I'm looking forward to replaying through, knowing what happens in the end, and knowing what's going on. On hard mode, it's nice of them to give you a new mode to play through.
Yeah.
To do it. Apparently there's some extra, you find like letters or something, codex entries that you don't find on easy mode, on hard. Yeah. So that's FF7 Remake ending. And those are my feelings on it. And like God, I wish they had someone else in charge of enemy design for those enemies. And God, I wish they'd been a bit better about foreshadowing the exact nature of what was happening instead of making it a surprise.
You just deactivated your trigger word, deactivated Destiny, and you just turned unshow your agent and snap. I'm willing to bet that is what happened. That might be the case to some extent. You sent me the Destiny.
The way I was looking at it was that it was almost a fourth wall break in how it was being done, in that because the Destiny they were referring to was explicitly the original game.
FF7, yes.
And something was stopping them from like changing from the original FF7. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And obviously the answer is like they were trying to get to this endpoint. And they were trying to make you hate the Whispers, and believe me, they make you hate the Whispers. They like
they
the scene
make
where
the fucking Whispers kill Wedge and Biggs again in front of you, so of course.
Yes.
Fucking hate them.
Well, the Jessie scene as well. Jessie's completely fine, and she's like being all cool, and she throws a grenade, and the Whispers make her eat shit.
Does the grenade they throw at her feet, and that's just fucking good?
No, it doesn't. It cuts away. It cuts away, but the Whispers are all around her, and then the next time, yeah, I know. But like Wedge gets pushed down a fucking elevator shaft by Whispers. They just dump him down. They're just like, you know what? You shouldn't be alive right now. Down you go. And it doesn't show him dying, so I think he's probably going to be alive for the Remake 2. Well, it won't be Remake 2, right? Like, there's no reason for them to call it Remake Part 2. It's going to be Final Fantasy VII Part 2. Maybe Final Fantasy VII R Part 2. Like, just drop the Remake bit and just call it R. This is the one song that will get me 100% copyright ID'd on YouTube.
Oh. What the fuck is happening?
It's the FF7 music. That's an Aerith song. For some
No.
reason, that's been...
Alice is calling me on...
Oh, well, there's no reason to really watch the credits anyway.
No, but I want to date your video again by telling you about the news or something. No, but like, going back on the video, going back on everything. Like, there's no stinger, by the way.
There's no stinger. There might be a hard mode secret stinger or something. If you get all the codex entries and do everything else, it feels like the sort of
No,
thing.
because after you do hard mode, you're going to unlock brave mode, Plagal. Yes, it's called brave mode. Brave mode, yes. What's the name of the?
Yeah, proud.
Mastery? Proud. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so proud. And
I don't think they will, just because of the mechanics of hard mode and the way they describe it.
This time you don't have ATB. Good luck.
Oh god, no! This time you don't have items. You can't use items. That's the big change.
Yes, that's hard mode, not the.
Proud mode. You can't use ATB.
Yes.
It'd be impossible. But you could say don't use magic, but or can't heal or whatever. Prayer mode the prayer materia is going to make hard mode a lot easier because prayer is like free healing, like it's ATB based healing only. See that character on screen on the bike? He's the worst addition to the game. Like actual worst now. I thought the Whispers were. He's way worse because of where the Whispers go. He is such a bad character and he is really obnoxious. And I'm glad that like they show restraint by only showing him in 2 scenes. He's just awful. But he's the reason. Like, so you can see him now. He starts killing his own man. He's fucking crazy. And he feels really out of place. He feels like Organization 13. Soldier actually feels like it's Organization 13 now.
Sad.
Like Soldier first class, that is. Third class and second class aren't like
I thought it was full of poetry freaks and fans of Loveless.
Oh god, please no.
I don't know why you don't like it. I fucking love.
You actually, I thought you were memeing. You actually like Gax.
I know. No, it's terrible.
Okay, thank God.
But it's terrible in a great way.
Oh, thank God. I thought we were going to have to stop being friends.
This is like... you told me like the FF10 novel that was felt like it was being written by a fan fiction fanfic author. Gax's character feel like it was written by Gax.
Yeah, okay.
And that's just like something insanely good for me.
Bear will be happy because Zach's inclusion in the second story means that if they don't include Cisne, they'll have made a grave misstep.
Yes. But like, okay, so everything I was telling you about what they're going to put and not put into the second part is meaningless now because
it is meaningless.
Cannot run the same story anymore.
You can see there's more. Okay, so there's obviously this is the story they want to tell. Right or wrong, Modern Enix wants to tell this story. It is also quite convenient that it means they can completely change the scale of the second game without having it run into the problem of like being compared to the first game. I'll be interested to see if they still end up adding chocobo racing and the like. I'd like them to a lot, but yeah. See, you can see on screen here. That's the. Oh wait, no.
I'm not really watching it. Not be spoiled too much because I am going to play this fucking game,
Your fucking next door neighbor is Sephiroth fucking Prime. Like original game Sephiroth Prime. It's the second fucking clone. It's the Sephiroth like that you fight throughout the entire game of the original one.
That explain Cloud's reaction, and that explain the reason why. No,
because it shows him. It shows him at the end falling off the Shinra building with the 2 logo on his side. But I didn't even fucking like think about it. But that's actually like he's just pretending to be retarded.
God, Iris is kind of cute here, but like a face kind of
this scene. Oh my god, this scene. It's so good. It's the best scene in the game. Tell me how cute you think Cloud is.
Oh shit, Tifa. And
Cloud. This is not the Tifa I got. Hashtag not my Tifa. Hashtag not my Cloud.
Really?
Cloud's outfit changes. Yeah.
Nice.
Tifa in an early cutscene asks you, we should go on a date. What type of dress should I wear? Exotic, sporty, or elegant? And based on what you choose, obviously, her dress changes. And I'm guessing Cloud's dress changes based on how well you do in a certain rhythm minigame.
I want the entirety of the Golden Saucer to be Zack super happy of getting Arena dragging Cloud behind him everywhere, where Cloud is like, what the fuck is happening?
Oh, God. Zack being alive. Holy shit, how's that conversation going to go?
Are we even going to get Seed anymore?
Pardon?
Are we even going to get Seed anymore?
Seed?
Seed.
FF8 Seed?
FF7.
Seed. Can you post what you're saying? Like SEED?
CYD.
Sid! I apologize. This is the
Yeah, I'm very,
between...
very... You scared me for 5 seconds.
You know Sid, the one that showed... Okay, Sid.
You see the characters doesn't exist in your reality? I was getting scared. Oh, have you seen of...
Yeah. It's a really heart-wrenching scene. It's actually horrible. And I'm... On the one hand, I'm really glad they didn't walk it back because it was sort of special. On the other hand, you brought Biggs and Wedge back, you cunts. You brought the other two back. Not the one who for...
Oh, God. The cases.
That's okay.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I've spent the last 20 plus years saying that they should bring Jessie back. She's the true girl. And then they bring it back in FF7 Remake. They make her a fully fleshed out the character she should have always been. And then they still kill her, but they don't kill Biggs and Wedge. It's so awful. It hurts me in my heart. Oh. OG character do not steal. She even looks like the girl from
Mary.
Persona, yeah. Like, what the fuck, Japan? Why? She's not like Mary though. She's an okay character.
Is she? Because she was being a bitch in the...
She's just very thoughtless. She's basically Yuffie, which is why I'm like a little confused.
Yeah.
She acts like Yuffie does in terms of how mercenary she is and like stealing
I think
stuff.
the Wutai plotline should remain the same.
What do you mean?
Same. Because like Zack's existence won't alter the
it's
of worldwide.
Yeah. So well, I mean, the original game there wasn't much in the way of like fight between Wutai and Shinra, whereas now, like Shinra has basically declared war on Wutai in an information sense, and Wutai probably is going to like follow up on that. Oh, Hojo's so good. Okay, there's a scene with Hojo where he's just like magnificent. Yeah, the way his mouth turns up at the side as he talks, like he's got like he's been injured or something, or he's got a muscular dystrophy. Muscular dystrophy is really, really good.
Okay, so you fight Genova's torso.
You fight Genova's torso. But she transforms. It's Genova Illusion or some crap. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to replaying through the game and not being angry at it while I'm playing through it, because I was angry at it a lot while I was playing through it. Anytime the whispers came up, whereas I don't think I will be now. But I still think they could have done a better job in a lot of ways. It's not like, top 10 reasons why Final Fantasy X sucks. If the name of this video is that, it's because I tried to trick you, viewers. But I'm thinking I'm going to go with a failure to execute. FF7 Remake, a failure to execute.
Maybe, like, if you're making this kind of a review, you shouldn't be having a conclusion as a title. It's kind of...
No, but you should be, because it's modern day YouTube. I also need to take a picture of myself with like 1,000 filters on and blood coming out of my eyes, and do that as a thumbnail. This is the way you get views on YouTube now. It's broken and I hate it. And I mean, I'm not going to get views on this video.
Yeah.
Prove me
watch
wrong,
it like have 5 million people.
Yeah. But the only reason I would is because not that many people will be uploading this part of the game that early.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of Australians doing FF7 videos on
Yeah,
the
but like,
10th of April.
by the way, you can't just like not warn people on the title that this is a fucking ending of F7R.
Yes, of course.
You can't. Don't be a fucking asshole, please.
No, I will say for the catastrophic spoilers, and cutscene included.
Why
of
did you
course.
make me talk in front of this? Who would want to hear me? What the fuck is going on here?
Because
Never ever share any data about this fucking video to me.
I because I need someone to bounce off, and you're a good friend.
Yeah,
there's no way I could do this this sort of video by myself without you here.
40 cherries. Okay. Monica Zamboni.
I'll be also interested to see after it comes out how the localization was. Actually, Bear's stream will be good for that because he'll be playing in glorious Japanese.
Japanese audio, yes.
I shouldn't say that. Glorious Japanese. It's more racist than I should be on a video. It's a callback to my years as a massive weeb when I was 15. All those years ago. Yeah, it's certainly a video game. That's what we can say about it, is that it's certainly video gamed.
Yeah.
Thank you, Square Enix.
Squinix.
If only you were still Square, maybe this... No, you know what they would have been, because it was Square that did Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within.
I can't believe you still haven't, like, deactivated the...
Cannot take a screenshot
region?
now? Pardon?
Gameplay recording resumed. It's okay. Since when, by the way, couldn't you, like, use the PS4 to...
Since the bike sequence. Just before the bike sequence. And they showed a lot of restraint. It's the only part in the game that it didn't allow. But still, like...
I would have been bitching about it if I, at the first Whisper event in the game, got the message that I couldn't upload the video.
Yes, that would have been awful.
Good idea that they don't do.
Yeah. And also, if you did that, it would actually, like, show your hand that it's the crux of the game. Like, the entire point of the game is actually those things. Yeah, and now you get a chapter select, and the video is over.
Ah,